All right, so we're going to do a deep dive on Gordon Ryan, um, the grappling phenom. So, Ryan is a black belt under Gary Tonin and John Danaher at the Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Manhattan. Directly a student of Gary Tonin. Gary Tonin's first black belt when they first started training together. Tonin was a brown belt and was really a rising star in the grappling community. And of course, Danaher is the well-respected. He runs the Gracie Academy in Manhattan. You saw him in the Shikagan and a lot of the hype packages for her fight against Valentina Shevchenko. Very well respected in Jiu-Jitsu. Ryan just won Abu Dhabi again and has added to his countless accomplishments in the grappling verse. Of course, first place in Abu Dhabi, the World Championship in 2017, and again this year in 2019. First place in the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation no-gi in 2018. In the Pan Am Championship no-gi in 2018. He won quintet 3 in 2018, and a bunch of Eddie Bravo Invitational knobs. Or he notched a bunch of Eddie Bravo Invitationals. 6, 8, 11 in 2016 and 2017, and 14 in 2017. First place in the grappling industries tournament 2017, 2016. And he got second place at a lower weight class in Abu Dhabi in 2017. And then before he was a black belt, no-gi championship at brown belt, IBJJF. And again, third place, 2014 purple belt. So, Ryan has 79 total wins under the grappling umbrella since 2015, with 100% submission rate in those wins, and 30% of those submissions are by rear naked choke. Statistically, Ryan's favorite position is heel hooks and triangles. I wanted to take a deep look into what brought Ryan to these finishes and why I think he exemplifies what Jiu-Jitsu is all about: patience and adjustments. Now, there are times when you're rolling, when you're competing, where you have to be explosive and aggressive. For example, when you're passing guard. For me, personally, I have to get in there quick because I don't have the lateral speed or agility really to wait and be patient and do step over while standing. I get caught in heel hook standing, and then you really have nowhere to go. You get brought to the ground, and then you're in trouble. So I like to pop out the hips and then step over, hopefully into side control. But if I can even pass a little bit, one leg or the other, it helps. But overall, it was a little bit of a tangent. Ryan is very patient, and he waits. Okay, so starting at World No Gi in 2018, we'll take a look at Gordon Ryan's match against Yuri Simoes from Chao Terra. So against Yuri, Ryan's patience is on display. Simoes gains front leg control with a single leg from the start. Ryan is strong enough to stay upright and balanced. From there, Ryan goes to a sitting position and brings Simoes into half guard. He continues from there. Simoes is on the offense, trying to pass Gordon. And Gordon himself shows a masterclass from his back. He blocks well from his knees and keeps his legs moving. At least the open one that's not up to Simoes' body. As the match progressed, Ryan controlled Yuri's attacks with his legs. Around the 5th minute, Simoes began looking for the leg control again with Gordon on his back. Ryan continued to be mobile, not allowing him to build on it. As Yuri traps Ryan's anterior foot and leg between his legs, respectively, he then posted up on his elbow. Ryan uses a smooth combination of strength in his core and movement in his hips to pull and escape. By the 4th and 3rd minutes, Ryan turned this leg movement into offense, attempting to trap the inside arm. That can lead to arm triangle directly, or it can build into some kind of an arm bar, an Americana on mount. if he was to fully sweep in transition, or just a plain armbar. But every time Simoes would explode into Gordon's guard fully or attempt to with pressure passes, Gordon would get his knees up. At this point, Yuri is amping up the aggression, and Ryan maintains calmness and stillness, trying to isolate his arm. Even when getting flipped in a north-south, towards the end, he maintains neutrality, getting hooks on his posterior legs. Or posterior leg. This performance is great for anyone who wants to know what jiu-jitsu is all about and how to excel at it. Be patient, adjust, and physically, Gordon showed off his dexterity, strength, and a great marriage between his upper and lower body. So that's why I chose this match in particular, and the clips and the still pictures will be up in the YouTube format. But I'm gonna use this as a learning experience in my game, and use some of this stuff as building blocks to, like, Gordon Ryan's a role model I look up to, at least in terms of jiu-jitsu playing. But I thought this perfectly exemplified what's it all about, so that's why I chose it. And we'll look at his match against Craig Jones at Eddie Bravo up next. So moving to the Craig Jones match, Jones is way more technical and skilled than Simoes, so it poses an interesting threat for Gordon Ryan. The match starts off with Jones immediately going and sitting in quarter guard. Ryan responds by breaking down his own base and attempting to pass that way. Jones does a good job defending, keeping his legs high and tight, besides one point early where the right leg becomes isolated and Gordon looks for a heel hook. But he does love to look for the heel hook. Constant switches in this match. Gordon in guard, Jones trying to pass unsuccessfully. It switches to Jones in guard, Gordon trying to pass. Very mano a mano. But by the first minute now, Jones begins to attempt to isolate Ryan's left arm while on his side. Now, by clearing his legs, it gives Ryan an opening to step over, trying to progress to mount. But Jones shifts his momentum, actually, and back looking for an armbar. Gordon's able to pull out, and the scramble neutralizes, and Jones goes to Z-guard, still seeking control of the arm. The match goes to overtime now. OT begins with Jones in a seatbelt position on Ryan. We actually just worked this in class on Thursday, so it was interesting to watch. Ryan swiftly moves his hips, torquing well to pop out. Now Ryan is given Jones's back. Ryan has a significant hook across Jones's abdomen, and Ryan begins to get out in front with Jones's arms lower. He lowers his arms and his underhook creeping under the chin. Jones defends this one well, but fast forwarding to the second sequence on Jones's back, Gordon taps him with a rear naked choke, and what I can only describe as up top, human chest, because their arms are really just going back and forth, and eventually Gordon gets the better of him. But this whole match shows the technicality of both of these guys, and whereas the skills of Gordon were on display against at the World No Gi match against Simoes, this really shows both sides and how Gordon responds to that, and how dangerous he is on his back, or when he has somebody's back. And what, again, I can only describe as human chess, them going back and forth. The technicality of grappling is amazing to me. It's amazing to the guys that do it. It's amazing to a lot of people, but it's a very niche thing still in a grand scheme of things. So if I'm to show my friends this, I think only one out of like 8 of them would be like, yeah, this is cool. Because for a casual, it seems kind of boring, but nonetheless, it's beautiful to watch to people that get it. That's all I got. See you in the next one. Yeah, so that was my first grappling-based Frank's film room segment. Obviously, we did MMA last month. I'd really like to incorporate a lot of the combat sports stuff more and more. Obviously, football is still going to be a focus, but I do enjoy doing this. Giving what insight I can. Give feedback, because maybe I'm reading a lot of my notes, so maybe I'm sounding monotone. give me feedback on how to maybe spice it up a little bit. If you like it this way, whether or not I should keep it this way. But we'll keep looking at certain guys in MMA, in Jiu-Jitsu, in freestyle wrestling, what have you. Oh, and to mention, Gordon Ryan's match against Pat Downey was not included in this segment because it happened last night. I didn't get to see it. And there was some controversy around the rules, around the injury of maybe Downey. So I didn't include it. But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know.